Last week at Knock Hill, the chaos we've come to expect in NASA Rallycross lights took a breather. It was a relatively quiet night here there at Scotland, with Kieran Liftlander running away with it again, while both Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz had no answer for the championship leader. Emma Smith and Zachary Goddard jumped the lights and were forced to park early. Now, as we shift to Barcelona, where for the first time all season, Kieran Liftlander isn't entered, with the front runner out of the picture, the fight for the race win is wide open. Who will rise to the occasion? We go green in Barcelona, live next on ASN. Our venue for this evening is the virtual circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. North America Simulated Auto Racing started visiting Barcelona in 2021B. This nice 0.69 mile layout features a mixture of sweeping tarmac turns from the Grand Prix layout and tight technical dirt sections. Elevation changes and surface transitions keep drivers on edge, while the Joker Lap adds a strategic twist to every race due to the chaotic nature of the merge. With its combination of speed, precision, and chaos, Barcelona delivers thrilling rallycross action in every event. In NASA Rallycross, our format is as follows. We are currently finishing opening practice now, which will lead us into our 3-lap single-car qualifying session that splits the fields equally into 5-lap heat races. Each of these heat races has one Joker lap, with the top 2 transferring to the feature automatically, and the winner will get 3 bonus points, with the runner-up obtaining 2. The rest of our drivers will be sent to the semifinals. This is another 5-lap heat race with only one Joker lap. The top 2 will transfer to the feature, and the winner of these semifinals will receive a bonus point. This sets the grid for our 10-lap feature race, where the points are awarded, the trophies are handed out, and winners will be crowned. Unique to the NASA Rallycross World Championship, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. The 6th season of the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship continues today, live on the Automotive Sports Network. It's Stephen Moreau in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Joshua Darnell, as we welcome you to the 5th running of the Spanish Grand Prix. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you, Andrew Cardinelli IV, for your camera support. Finally, the intro music for NASA World Preview was produced by Alex Abetti. All right, Steven. We had a ton of chaos last week in Scotland. Emma and Zachary Goddard, who we 100% expected to give us chaos, kind of that race fizzled out before it even had a chance to begin, it seemed like. I know we said in the intro here that Kieran didn't make it. It seems like he has made it. We have a late update coming through. With that late entry, do you think his lack of practice, not to mention, I know when it takes me a second to get into the rig, there's a lot of anxiety you get too. It's a lot of like, you have to get over that post stress. You're like, thank God I just made it into the race. Do you think that's going to affect any of his outcomes? I mean, Kieran is a driver who's proven time and time again that he can be fast on track, but it seems like there are instances where little things can cause cracks in the armor to show. What do you think?
I think at some point, I think we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm extremely excited.
Way to not take a side there, Steven.
What do you mean, man? I'm excited. As excited as my voice can sound.
I think we're jumping into qualifying here.
I think we are indeed.
I think we're pretty sure we're watching. Is that Matty Grove? I don't think Jake. It is Matty Grove.
I believe Matty Grove. Yep.
So Very technical track. This is still his out lap. This is unique to Barcelona. He has not started his lap, but he's kind of just taking a Sunday drive, maybe practicing his entries here. So he come around for the first to start his qualifying lap. Let's see how he does. You want to go on board with him, Steven? Have
Yeah,
Matty
let's
take
go
us
on
around.
board.
Very, very, very important section to get here. The long sweeping left straightaway. You have to get right. You want to get on that grip strip as much as possible. It will completely make or break your lap depending if you get that tarmac section right. Leading in, carrying the momentum into the very tight hairpin on the dirt section, into the sweeping left-hander, another extremely tight, almost square turn. Back onto the tarmac for the right-hander for the first time around. We're going to see if Maddie can do anything for the qualifying lap. Emma Smith put down a 43.1, currently P1 right now. Will Grove have an answer? Brian Sawyer P2, Eric Kaplinger P4 now, Goddard P2, 0.2 seconds behind, Grove up into P6, 800ths of a second off of Josh Mertz, who is 7/10 behind Kaplinger. My goodness, well, it's quite the split we have going on right now. So you got Emma Smith, Goddard, Sawyer, Kaplinger, Mertz, Grove, and DeFino all with a time and in the running order that I just listed. Lithlander, Ed Boyles, Klaus Kreutzer.
Sorry, that would help if I show up the fastest lap times.
Oh, you're good. Kreutzer, who won our Futures Lights Championship, our Futures race today at Barcelona, coming off of a victory. We'll see if he has any answer for any of the Lights racers. All of these drivers is yet to take their Joker. I'm gonna search one through, see if these guys are on track. Emma Smith is coming onto the final dirt section for the last time. They're on lap 3 right now. See if they can improve it all in their time. 43.1 is the time they're looking to beat. Probably not going to do it with taking that way wide. Going to try to get a run coming
Real
off the
slow
dirt jump.
Exit there.
Yeah, 100%. You do not want to take that. You do not want to take that dirt section wide. You can if there are cars there. We'll see if they improve it all. It did not look like it. 43.1 is the time to beat currently. Kaplinger moves Brian Sawyer out of the way to obtain P3. Nice job from Kaplinger. I'm sure Brian Sawyer is both upset and happy about that. Is Sawyer still on track? Sawyer is still on track. Lap 4, they're just practicing. So Sawyer's times are done. These are our running order for the time being. We have Emma Smith, Zachary Goddard, Eric Kaplinger, who's less than a 10th off of Zachary Goddard, Brian Sawyer, who is less than a 10th off of Eric Kaplinger, Josh Mertz, 2/10 off of Sawyer, and then the gap starts to rise from there. JP DeFino with a 44.1, Grove with a 44.3, Ed Boyer Jr. 44.6. We're watching Karen Lithlander. I believe this is his first time out. Keeps it very shallow in the turn to get as much as a run as possible down the long straightaway here. Going to keep the car put the car in a fork to keep the gear. I'm so used to the supercars. Have to get this section right. Down into second to keep the RPMs up. Uses the grass to get the car to grip up a little bit easier. Have to send it real deep and confidently into this hairpin if you want to get speed out of it. Up into third, up into fourth. Abuse the blue curbing and get this turn as open as possible. Kieran takes it way wide. Uses the dirt to get the car gripped back up. I guess, I shouldn't be surprised that the lines for light are different than the lines for the supercars, but Kieran Lithlander going to put down a 42.2. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the top line for these cars is in fact faster. Potentially during a hot lap. I would like to see how that works out during the race. Kieran hasn't had many people with a 42.2. It seems like once Kieran gets away, if he's able to run away, I have a feeling he's just going to do that exactly again with this race. What do you think, Steve?
Looks like we just have JP on the track last. Pardon, sorry.
Do you think, the 42.2? Do you think Kieran, if they let Kieran run away with this, I have a feeling he's just going to do exactly that, run away with it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But I just came off of the futures, and the Joker was a super decisive make or break point. So we'll really have to see.
Uh, I think the only driver we're waiting on is Klaus Kreutzer, who is nowhere to be found during qualifying.
I think he's disconnected, and if
Has he?
not, he might have came back now, but did not was not
I
able to
don't.
come back in
I don't
time.
have that on my. I don't have that on my end. I wish that as spectators of this race, we could type in chat to the drivers of this race and kind of figure out what's going on if they know what's going on the ground level of things. But for right now, we're just gonna. There is
No,
absolutely.
actually, it looks like Klaus has raced laps. It says his last lap was a 44.4.
So he just hit the
Uh,
wall.
but it looks like he scrubbed every lap.
He scrubbed every lap. Well, that is deeply unfortunate. Deeply unfortunate. Someone's in chat. My favorite racer, Josh. I love you so much. Whoever said that. Kieran's mom's in the chat, I believe. Marina. Hello, Marina. People rooting for JC Sinsport in the chat, and then we have someone rooting for Emma. We have Emma Smith. You got fans in the chat as well.
All right.
I really want to see Emma Smith win a race.
Well, we'll just pull up the real quick. Let's
Pull up
just
programming notes.
Programming notes. We got plenty of time for that. So
tomorrow, you guys want to be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern time, April 7th. That's again tomorrow, 9 p.m. NASA Rallycross Contenders, RX2 Rallycross content. Make sure to eat it up. And then Thursday, on the 10th, we're going to have Torque Sports Car Series. Tune in for the best GT3 action. That is with Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer. That's with Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer. And then Rallycross Contenders tomorrow at 9 p.m. is Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaux. Make sure you tune in for both of those. Then we are back at Barcelona on Saturday at 2 p.m. That's April 12th for NASA Rallycross World Championship. Make sure you tune in for see some of the fastest drivers in the world. Duke it on iRacing Rallycross. And then we're back, and then we ship off to Ostrich 11 in NASA Rallycross Futures. I'm not sure where that is, but I'm sure it's going to be a blast. As a Rallycross driver, I should probably know where these tracks are, but I just go there and drive.
Dr. Schlieben is in Germany, I think. I could be wrong.
I don't know what tracks there.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I'm looking it up. Our first heat race. I'm not looking it up. We're not getting that information.
Kicked on to our first heat race, so we'll pull up the starting grid. We got Kieran LaFlander in first place, Zachary Goddard in second, Brian Sawyer in third, Gerald DeFino in fourth, and Ed Boyles Jr. in fifth.
The rev limiters are reaching the rev limiters are doing that, reaching the limit. The lights are turning red, and we're ready for our first heat race here in Barcelona. And they're away. It's a good start from Kieran Lifflander on the left. Goddard trying to pull him, not able to do it. Kieran Lifflander gets a pull down and builds a gap immediately.
Runs away with it immediately.
Goddard, Brian Sawyer all over the tear. Goddard
bad entry, but a great exit by the looks of it. Never mind.
If you hold P1, if you have a gap like that, it seems as though that the top line may in fact be faster. I wouldn't be surprised by that. It's one of those hot. It looks to be like one of those hot lap lines. Brian Sawyer and Zachary Goddard are battling. JP DeFino and Ed Boyles Jr. are side by side coming down the last stretch. Brian Sawyer has nudged Zachary Goddard multiple times in the rear to let him know he's there. Brian way loose into the hairpin. Still gets it under control though. Both of them abusing the curves as they should. Get as much entry room as you can into these corners. Keeping the RPMs up is essential in these rallycross cars, in these lights rallycross cars especially. Goddard, with surgical precision coming around this corner, holding that inside line. Barcelona extremely difficult to pass on. You almost have to do it in the Joker. Brian Sawyer holding on tight though, not giving any room, any jokers.
And first Brian Joker goes for his Joker.
And there are probably should be obvious, but there are no jokers on the first lap here. You will get a black flag for that. You do not cross the start-finish line. We will see all of our drivers take it their second time, at the earliest their second time around. Goddard a little loose over coming off of the dirt. Gets it squared away though. Still has Kieran in his sights, but I don't think he's going to be able to bridge the gap to Kieran in time with 3 laps to go, barring any mistakes.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Kieran is putting down an absolute madman pace in the dirt section. So I don't know if anyone's going to be able to catch him, even if he
Goddard
takes
off to
it
his
that
Joker.
Joker.
Ed Boyles Jr. and all coming out into traffic. Goddard
Ooh,
splits the gap, finds the space, moves back up
thread
into
the
P2.
needle.
JP with a better run down into the turn, though. Bridges buys up, gets back some of that time he lost for the run that Goddard gets off of the Joker. That is something that you will notice. It is important not to take the Joker here on your final lap because you get such a run. Boyle's way wide.
And Ed is
Brian Sawyer and Ed Boyles come together. Racing incident for sure. Ed Boyles went way
JP,
wide on the turn, and Brian had nowhere to go as JP tried to come back over. That moves Brian Sawyer down to P4. JP may be out of the race or may just be...
Oh,
who do we have around?
caught Zach just flipped himself. He ate the tire barrier and it sent him 90 degrees to the
I
other
hope
direction.
that cut doesn't give him a black flag. It's
Ooh.
definitely going to give him a slowdown, but I hope he doesn't get a forced black flag for it.
No,
Goddard down, Goddard after in a transfer spot, back down to P4 now, behind Brian Sawyer. So calamity is struck for Zachary Goddard. JP DeFino looking to secure a feature race spot early tonight. A spot that I'm sure JP DeFino didn't expect himself to be in. But he continues to bad talk himself, but he's a good driver. JP, give yourself some love, man. You're in P2 right now with a lap to go.
Sometimes racing's a little RNG, man.
Some seasons just will never. You aren't meant to win. You'll just have bad luck after bad luck. Kieran Liftlander takes the white flag. JP DeFino with a single lap left to go. Can he keep it smooth? Will the pressure get to him? He's a second and a half up on Brian Sawyer. Zachary Goddard fading as well. Might have damage from the car flip. Wouldn't be surprised. JP keeping it very tidy over the turn. All of our last three drivers are. JP a little wide coming off of the hairpin. He's going to have to get that nailed down if he doesn't want to lose spots up in the future. I expect to see him practicing that in warm-up as we go to the dirt hairpin for the final time.
And as we
around the bend,
finish line, Ed Boyle is the only one who has not jokered yet.
Kieran Liftlander wins Heat 1 in front of JP DeFino, who will take a feature spot early. Brian Sawyer secures a pole position for the LCQ with Zachary Goddard. No way happy about the result there for P4. And Ed Boyles Jr. will round out our podium.
All right.
Or really round out our race, not our podium. Our podium is the top three. My bad, y'all. Man, that was...
And we got Emma Smith in P1, Eric Kaplinger in P2, Josh Mertz P3, Matthew Grove in P4, and Klaus Kreutzer in P5.
I have a feeling that Klaus is going to come to this race with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, not being able to set a qualifying lap. I'm expecting to see some aggressive moves.
I'm expecting to see some elbows out.
I think we hit a jump start.
Yep, Eric Kaplinger got a jump start.
That was a gigantic jump. That's at least a 15-second penalty. Kaplinger, do not stop running your race. Anything can happen. Way wide up in the top is Josh Mertz, who takes an outside line, gets around Emma Smith. Around from the outside, an amazing move right before our first lap. It's Eric Kaplinger with a black flag who's going to hold provisional pole. Josh Mertz actually in pole in P2 right now. Eric Kaplinger is doing whatever he can to bring as much as a gap as possible to secure some type of good spot for the LCQ. He just has to keep racing way wide into the dirt section.
Josh is not going to have to worry because if this is a 15-second, Josh is definitely going to be in P1.
Josh has pole as it's sitting right now. Our driver lineup right now is P5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. With the gap as it is right now, Eric Kaplinger has a lot of time to make up after that jump start.
Well,
an amazing future race. We have Josh jumping off to the Joker.
Our first take his Joker as early as possible.
Moves him down.
That's going to haunt him, but
P4 Grove moves out of the way a little bit to give him the inside line with the speed he has coming down. Passes Grove, calls back a lot of time after that pass. Now he's looking to make a move on Emma Smith and Klaus Kreutzer. Cadlinger's still in P1, running besides the black flag, running a very good race right now. I'm going to expect to see Cadlinger take his Joker probably as he may not even use it
as
to
late
the
as
full extent.
possible. He's
I would
probably
say
gonna
as late as
take it the
possible.
last
Yeah,
lap.
I would say last lap as well to try to build up as much as a gap as possible. He needs as much clean air as possible right now. Emma Smith holds it over Klaus Kreutzer. None of our other drivers have jokered yet.
I think what's gonna
Matty
happen
Grove
is
might have
Eric
jokered.
is
Matty Grove
gonna
is jokered.
try to joker as soon as
Eric Cadlinger
calamity
off.
happened.
That
Eric
dirt
Cadlinger.
section. That dirt section is dangerous, man. You make one mistake and it can send your car flying. Emma Smith now moves up into provisional pole behind Klaus Kreutzer, P2. Josh Mertz and Matty Grove both with their jokers done. Emma Smith and Klaus almost making contact with each other as Emma tries to utilize the sand trap up at the top. Grove and Mertz both with their jokers done. We see Emma Smith dives off with Klaus staying out, battling Josh Mertz. So Emma Smith might come out battling Grove here. No, not at all. I was wrong. So,
I mean, it kind of seemed like it. Looked like that was a really bad entry for the Joker, the bad exit. It was really.
I definitely thought there was going
lost
to
a
be
lot
a
of
merge
momentum.
issue. Yeah, I definitely thought a merge issue was coming, but we seem to be okay. Josh Mertz is definitely going to have, barring any mistakes, Josh Mertz should come out P1. Where Klaus Kreutzer and Emma Smith end up is still yet to be decided. This Joker delta is about 2.53 seconds, I think, with these cars. Josh looking to make a move. Calamity strikes. They both get loose, lose a ton of time to each other. Josh,
it looks like Kreutzer's gonna.
Klaus making out the worst of that situation.
And
Comes
Emma's
up behind
takes
Emma.
Up a spot.
Contact with Josh Mertz. Another racing incident here at Barcelona. We've seen some pretty. There hasn't been too many. Usually, I'm used to seeing some pretty aggressive moves on this track, but it really hasn't been. It's been a lot of drivers seemingly catching themselves out. I mean, a lot of racing incidents
Good
too.
Gap there for Josh.
Josh Mertz, Emma Smith both utilizing the top line. Klaus Kreutzer and Matty Grove not comfortable with it, it seems. Don't want to utilize it. It's going to be Josh Mertz who will bring home a Heat 2 victory behind his teammate Emma Smith. JC Sim Sports, a wonderful heat race for them. Klaus Kreutzer coming in P3, secures that P2 position in the semifinal. Good starting grid position for him on the outside. Going to have to make sure he covers the inside line, though, when the LCQ pops up. Who do we got? We got another heat race, or we go into the LCQ?
I believe this is
LCQ.
LCQ.
So we have Brian Sawyer, Klaus Kreutzer, Zachary Goddard, Matty Grove, Ed Boyles Jr., and Eric Kaplinger. Eric Kaplinger, in my opinion, the driver coming to this race with a chip on his shoulder. So look for some aggressive moves coming out from that. Oh, we got Jordan Liftlander in chat too. Kieran, your mom and dad are here. That's so nice. Hey, mom and dad. Oh, God, we're off for the race. All right, Brian Sawyer taking a way wide line. Klaus Kreutzer making up the inside. That line, not what you want to take when cars are that close. That's a hot lap line, not the racing line. The inside line is still faster if they are that close. All that line gives you is a faster run. You only take it if you're in P1. Our starting grid, Klaus Kreutzer, who gets pole position over Brian Sawyer after a bad entry into the dirt section, followed by Zachary Goddard. Klaus Kreutzer takes it wide. The rest of the drivers taking it very tight. Brian Sawyer closes the gap down to 0.4 of a second, 0.3 of a second. Goddard stops the car before he goes back into traffic.
And
tries to at least.
Traffic jam.
Calls it a traffic jam, but no contact. Goddard the only one to suffer from that. He keeps it clean. Good on Goddard for keeping the car steady, not involving any of the drivers. Klaus Kreutzer, Brian Sawyer still battling hard. Brian dives off. Eric Kaplinger up into P3 now. A happy position to move into P2. Brian's going to come out behind Ed Boyles for the time being, but should have a run. Ed Boyles moves out of the way. Gets the top line for the better entry into the turn, but Brian has the run. It's going to be a tight breaking point for Brian here. He doesn't take it as tight as he needs to. Ed Boyles makes up some time in the result. So we got Klaus Kreutzer kind of out in the way ahead of Eric Kadlinger, our 2 transfer spots for right now, yet to take their Joker. Brian Sawyer, who passes Ed Boyles, basically securing P3 barring any mistakes. Ed Boyles needs to make it pass on Sawyer if he wants to get himself back into contention here. Klaus Kreutzer is
going to get a first. It's, you know, maybe not actually. It depends. The Joker's. Oh.
Brian and Ed will pass Kadlinger. Kadlinger may have the run on Ed. It may not. So Kadlinger is going to come out into P4. Ed Boyles is holding P3, holding strong as well. Brian Sawyer in P2, 3 seconds behind Klaus, who has yet to take his Joker. 3.6 seconds behind Klaus.
Brian might actually be able to get first place here, actually.
He needs to close this gap down now. It needs to come down to a 2.5 second. It needs to come down to a 3-second gap because the run that they get off the Joker will carry them definitely past the driver in P2.
Yes.
So Klaus yet to take his Joker.
Ooh.
He's on lap. Klaus will take lap 4 right now. Yet to Joker. Brian Sawyer stares out. Ed Boyles goes in. Eric Kadlinger stays. Well, they both did the Joker. Never mind, yo. So we got Boyles, who jumps down to P5. Passed by Grove, took his Joker earlier in the race. He comes out 0.3 behind Grove. 0.2. And the gap starts to settle out. So Ed Boyles Jr. P5. Grove P4. Kadlinger P3, who is a second, 2 seconds behind Sawyer, who's brought the gap down to 4.1 second now to Klaus. Klaus yet to take his Joker. I'm expecting to see him take it here so that he gets the run coming off of this lap. That would be the smartest time to take it. Do I see him do it? I do see him doing it. So Klaus has gone off to his Joker. Where will he come out with Brian Sawyer? Brian Sawyer, it's not going to be in contention. Klaus is going to have the run. Bring any mistakes, Klaus Kreutzer should have this race. So with 1.6 seconds left, Brian needs to make something. He needs to make every entry perfect, and Klaus needs to mess up. Eric Kadlinger right now will come home with P3 and Matty Grove in P4. The race has started to fizzle out for the rest of them here.
This should be really big for Klaus.
It should be huge. It should be huge for
driver
to make the feature and
make a feature in the lights.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment
against a previous champion.
Yeah, against not only a lights driver and a champion as well. So it's going to be Klaus Kreutzer who will come out of the LCQ P1, kept his head the coolest, made his turns, got the apexes, comes home with a victory in front of Brian Sawyer P2, cuts him off at the end of the race. Oh, and they're nudging bumpers. Oh, and it's a move over his speed time. Oh my goodness, what's happening?
It was a dog pile.
It was a move over his speedy time sandwich. They're all celebrating Klaus's victory.
I
think it's break time. Oh, thank goodness. I need water.
So, with that, we're going to go to ad break, but please stick around for more awesome action. And if you like what you saw, please maybe consider leaving a subscribe and turn that bell icon on for notifications of when we go live and upload videos. We'll be right back.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Eddie to the inside. Magnus gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to put this back.
We welcome you back to round 5 of the championship overall and round 6 of the 6th season of the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship here in Barcelona. With Steven Moreau in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box. They have locked us in here. My name is Joshua Darnell, live on Motor Sports Network. I am now realizing that I forgot to get water. I don't know how that one was possible. Cameras all season on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you, Andrew Carnelli, for all of your camera support. Finally, the intro music for the NASA World Feud was produced by Alex Abetti. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to Automotive Sports Network. Ring that bell. Join the network if you want to, so you can watch the futures races and some of our other access rates. It's $2 a month. Be sure to like us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And I already talked about ringing the bell to be notified of our live streams. They're weekly. Tune in every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm pretty sure they have a race going on every single day, but the ones that I know about, the GT3 and the Rallycross ones, which Rallycross is the most important, come on, y'all, is Saturdays, Mondays, and Sundays. Be sure to tune in for the best Rallycross action. We have former Grand Prix winners here as well. We have 23B, we had Josh Mertz. 23C, Marcos Palacio. Shout out to my boy. 24A was Kieran Liftlander, and 24B was Brian Sawyer. So, I think we're finishing up warm-up now. We got about
3 minutes
Three
left.
minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes left.
Program notes.
Programming notes we can go over. I love programming notes. They're my favorite thing. We got NASA Rallycross contenders. That's going to be tomorrow, Monday, round 6. We're staying here at Barcelona. Brian Sawyer and Justin Robichaud will be in the booth with you at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in for the RX2 content. Then on Thursday, you're going to have Torque Sports Car Series. That's the latest and greatest GT3 action by some of the fastest drivers on iRacing Sim. That is going to be at 6. That starts at 8:40 p.m. Be sure to tune in. That's round 8 at Road America. And then the NASA Rallycross World Championship will be on Saturday, April 12th at 2 p.m. That's with Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz. Same for the Torque Sports Car Series on Thursday. And then be sure to stay with us on Saturday, because after the supercar race, we will have the iRacing Rallycross Strength of Field races. If you are nervous about getting into Rallycross Super, supers or you're worried about just racing live on stream, if you're shy, make sure you come and tune in. Just join the official races and you'll see yourself live on the camera and you'll be talked about and shown live, and you can tell your parents, tell your mom. Your mom will be so proud. I'll be proud of you. Steven will be proud of you. Won't you be, Steven?
Heck yeah.
Brian will be proud of you, and Brian's a great guy. Josh, he'll be proud of you. So that's our programming notes. I love them. You guys love them. We got a minute and 35 seconds left here of warm-up. You got any predictions, Steven? I think I know what the... Okay. Do you have predictions for P2?
I think predictions for P2 is probably going to be Emma Smith. Closely followed behind by... this is going to be a controversial take, but Josh Mertz.
Okay, I was about to say, don't you dare go off the timing sheet. You better. I want to see some commitment. So you got...
I'm thinking it's going to be Kieran, Emma, and then Josh.
You think that's going to be our podium?
Yeah.
So we have 5 drivers in this race.
I do not know how many we have here.
I see 3 in the pit and 6. We got 6. Got 6 out. Timing tower is just broken. It's showing everybody. Klaus is out there. Brian Sawyer, JP DeFino, Emma Smith, Josh Mertz, and Kieran Liftlander. There we go. There's our grid. So that's not the running order for the grid, y'all. That's just who is going to be racing tonight. I am going to go for a contra. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. You know, I'm going to put I want to say Brian Sawyer because I race for his team, but I think Josh Mertz might sneak away with another victory here tonight. Barring Barcelona, I'm gonna say Josh Mertz, Brian Sawyer. I'm gonna say Josh Mertz, Emma Smith, Brian Sawyer. That's gonna be my lineup. Although I feel bad now for not saying Klaus, because Klaus ran an amazing LCQ. You gotta remember that. We got 5 seconds left. The drivers are being pulled off the track. Cars are being set up. One last inspection. One last sip of water for the drivers before they get ready to grid, as we go green for the final race tonight here at Barcelona. So we have Kieran Liftlander, Josh Mertz, JP DeFino, Emma Smith, Klaus Kreutzer, and finally Brian Sawyer. All the drivers are lined up on the grid. We're waiting for one more person. Oh, now all the drivers are lined up on the grid. The engines are revving. The lights are turning red as we wait for them to go out and the flag to drop here for the last time tonight at Barcelona. Who will get the jump start? Who will get the good start? Kieran Liftlander with the best start out of them. Emma Smith with a great start out of P3.
Ooh.
Josh Mertz way wide. Gets nudged from JP DeFino. Kieran Liftlander out in the way with it. It's going to take the high line to get the speed coming down and all that momentum, followed by Josh Mertz and JP DeFino who utilize it. It's a pile up, side by side coming over the jump. Klaus is forced to give it up to Emma Smith. JP DeFino behind him, letting Klaus Kreutzer know he's there. It's a pile up. Klaus Kreutzer gets nudges into Emma Smith. Now they're side by side. JP DeFino, I'm not going to say cause an incident, but Klaus Kreutzer takes the nose off of Emma Smith, who cuts back across him. Klaus is trying to maintain the line, trying to hold the position. Emma's going to have the inside, going to try to push Klaus wide. Klaus maintains the better run. Emma still maintains inside. So Emma's going to give Klaus another nudge coming off of the turn.
Well, it looks more like
makes the pass.
Turned in way too early and tried to cut Emma Smith off, actually, causing Emma to bump into him.
Looking inside,
some
nudging Emma Smith.
Driving tonight.
Emma Smith trying to make up time. Josh is off to his first Joker for the night. So it's Emma Smith and Klaus still battling.
His Joker as well.
Josh Mertz is going to come with the momentum he carries in the Joker, comes out ahead of JP DeFino. Brian Sawyer is now in P6. Kieran Liftlander, 3.5 seconds ahead of P2 right now. Emma Smith, Klaus Kreutzer in P3. All drivers taking that very well. JP DeFino way wide again. Same mistake we were seeing. Same mistake we were seeing in his heat races. He needs to try to take that corner a little bit shallower. He may just be trying to go for a run, but that's not what you have to do when a driver's that close behind you. Kieran Leftlander off to his first Joker of the night. Still comes out ahead of Emma Smith. And we haven't had much shaking of the tree. Brian Sawyer passes Josh Mertz, who goes off to his second Joker. We're going to see if Brian is going to respond on this lap. Kieran Leftlander maintaining the lead. Emma Smith takes the hairpin way wide. Leads a little bit of time to Klaus Kreutzer, who's starting to fade a little bit out of the fight with Emma Smith. Emma Smith and all drivers now trying to utilize that top line. Why not, says Klaus Kreutzer, as he has a bit of a gap behind him, can afford a little bit of a bump on the walls. Emma off to their Joker. So Klaus should make the pass here. He does, but Emma will have the run, but it's not going to be enough. So Klaus Kreutzer takes P2 over Emma Smith after she enters her Joker lap, as we're about to take halfway through, as Kieran Leftlander is about to take half mast here for the flags. So
Kreutzer does still have to take his Jokers, so
good entry into the hairpin. Brian Sawyer is still holding the lead over Josh Mertz. Josh Mertz, the only driver on track right now to have taken 2 Jokers. Emma Smith way wide, looking to get the momentum, but I'm not sure it's going to help. Emma Smith, maybe it did, bridges the gap down to 0.6 of a second. Klaus still not ready to Joker. Maintain that position. I guarantee Klaus is biding his time, looking for cracks in the armor right now. Or
Klaus is probably hoping that Emma will make a mistake.
That's exactly that's my point. Yeah.
Klaus can
sneak away with easy
Joker.
P2. Yeah, easy P2 Joker, easy P2 victory. Which is a smart play. Like, I think Klaus thinks that knows Emma might be faster than him here. And if you can keep that driver behind you, sometimes you can force an error. And Emma is going to have to stay calm, stay collected, and maintain composure throughout the rest of this race. Doesn't necessarily even have to does not have to go for a dangerous pass at all at the moment. Jumps off to their second Joker. Will they come out behind Brian Sawyer? Brian Sawyer jumps off the second Joker. So it's Emma Smith P3.
Josh Mertz.
Josh Mertz and Emma Smith and JP Dufino are 3 drivers of the night who are 4 drivers of the night who have taken both of their Jokers.
And it looks like we're gonna have a battle between Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer.
Klaus Kreutzer, the only driver yet to have taken any of his Jokers.
Klaus, I think, he is doing everything he can to use that strategy to its absolute maximum. He still has 4 laps, make that 3 laps now, to do his Jokers. And everybody else, if you notice on that timing tower, everybody else has already done their strategy fully now.
I'm going to maintain eyes on Emma, but yeah, definitely tune into this Sawyer Mertz race right now. Sawyer looking drivers right to get a pass, looking inside now, doesn't have the momentum. Mertz maintains the position. It's going to be very important, the entry to this hairpin. Brian takes it as wide as possible to get a good line down. See, that's what you have. Brian showed the exact line you have to do. You have to take that. You have to open that turn up as much as possible to keep the momentum in the car. Brian closes the gap down a little bit to Mertz. Mertz a little wide over the jump. Sawyer keeps it very straight. Brings the gap down to 0.4 of a second. Make it 0.3 of a second.
And we can't stress this enough. This is still the 50% powered Beetle, so momentum is super key to getting around these tracks really fast. If you can't keep momentum, you are gonna never have pace.
Brian Sawyer gives him a nudge. Looking inside, reminding Josh Mertz that he is here. He's ready to get another position on him.
And
Brian looking like inside.
Brian
Josh Mertz with a
some
bad
good
run.
momentum.
Loose.
Speaking of that momentum,
Josh Mertz going outside. Brian gave him a nudge and forces the position, closes the door in front of his face. Brian Sawyer maintains position. Josh Mertz now on the offensive, nudges him out of the way, gets the inside line. Brian Sawyer and Josh Mertz banging doors side by side, coming down the back straight. Brian Sawyer on the outside, Josh Mertz on the inside. Brian will have the better run.
We are watching NASCAR Rallycross right now.
Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer nudging each other. They both get wide. Much respect between the drivers. Oh, and Emma Smith crashes. Emma Smith crashes. Hits the tire barrier coming off the hairpin.
Oh my, that was really
Lap
close.
9. Klaus Kreutzer, the strategy paying off for Klaus Kreutzer right now. He held his Joker. He held onto his Joker laps.
Second Joker.
Exactly what Klaus wanted to see happen has happened as he jumps off for his, I believe, his second Joker for the night. Will come out ahead healthily in front of Brian Sawyer, who's holding Josh Mertz back.
Second place.
Josh Mertz is beating down Brian Sawyer's door right now. I've never seen such aggression. Looking
oh my god, he just punched him again.
Letting him know he's there.
He's gonna do it again.
Looking inside, another nudge into the driver's door. He's gonna take the position over.
About wide with that nudge.
Brian Sawyer will maintain the inside line, however. Gives him another nudge. Both drivers get wide and into the wall. Oh, shooter. It's going to be Kieran Lifflander who wins in Barcelona, followed by Klaus
Brian is going to try to
Kreutzer.
do some reverse driving here through the dirt section.
Emma Smith trying, Josh Mertz trying to make it stick to obtain a P3 position. Brian Sawyer's around in the turn. It's going to be Josh Mertz who takes P2 or P3 with Emma Smith in P4, Brian Sawyer in P5, or
P6.
Jay DeFino in P6, and Brian Sawyer in P6. I cannot imagine what the radio must be like between Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer right now. What a
race.
Before we go into interviews, can you take us back? I want to see what happened to Emma. This was race pivotal for Klaus Kreutzer. No, take us back. High quality replay camera action here at ASN, y'all. And gets a hold of the tire barrier, just nudges it, and was making. Oh, and they even. That is the.
I hate to see that.
It is a. Not to say that Emma Smith is a rookie by any standards. They have proven time and time again that they are a fast driver, and calling them a rookie may seem harsh, but that is a competitive scene rookie mistake. That is the pressure is getting to you. You're trying to prove yourself on track, and you make contact. Emma, great racing tonight. A lot to learn from. I'm sure you're going to come into the next race with at least a podium, my friend. A great race from all our drivers tonight. A lot of contact between Josh Mertz and Brian Sawyer. Ed Boyle's giving the provisional win to them in the chat. Both of them having a great laugh. Kieran Lifflander, our final lineup for the night, or our podium that rounds out our night, will be Kieran Lifflander, Klaus Kreutzer with a very, very, very good P2 for Team Watson Racing, Josh Mertz in P3, Emma Smith with a, I don't want to say disappointing because that makes it sound like I'm disappointed, but I'm sure for them a disappointing P4. JP DeFino in P5, and Brian Sawyer I'm sure not where he expected to be after running P2 for a lot of that race, or P3, but P6 for Brian Sawyer at move over at speedy time. A very good race from all our drivers tonight. Besides all the bumping, I would still say it was very clean. We got interviews, right? I think we got interviews. Are they here? They are here. Look at all of them. So we got Josh Mertz. You want to bring up P3 first? I'll do it. I'll drag him up here. Get this door unlocked.
1 second. Let me just get set up for this. Boopy doo. Talk for me in Discord.
Talking in Discord. Hello.
And I think we got you good, so I think we're good to go. And we still got
all
me.
Right.
All right,
yep.
Let's.
I am bringing up Josh Mertz.
Here started.
P3, Josh Mertz, you got us.
Oh my God, boys, what's up?
How are you?
How do I feel? That's
that.
it's a lot of emotions.
You and Brian are good, right?
So I was talking on the internal iRacing chat, and I was talking to the boys in the JC channel, and I said, Brian is the one guy that I can drive like garbage because I know he'll keep me in check and he'll do the same thing, and I can do the same thing to him. So I jokered early, did the St. Eustache strat for anyone old school watching, and I thought, this is going to be a good idea. And then I was trying a new line into turn, let's call it turn 2 off the start, right? I was going wide because I was kind of mimicking Kieran. That wasn't working. And then I decided to go back to the regular line and almost died.
Happens. The unexpected grip.
Yeah. And I don't drive enough to remember how to preemptively be prepared for that.
Expect that? Yeah.
Words are hard. Yeah. So next thing I know, Klaus and Emma are battling, and then I think they died, and Brian got involved. And we're just doing our historic Brian versus Josh brawl, and next thing I know, he's reversing down the track. And I had memories of Chris Wetz and Dylan Livingood from back in the day. They were just killing each other all the time. Super fun. And I thought going in. Sorry, one more thing.
No, you're good.
Thought going in, Kieran was not going to be here. I told Chloe, I'm going to win this race, or it's going to be me and Brian killing each other. And next thing I know, the kid shows up. I said, "What? You left? They ended in Darlington at 6:00 Central. How did you make it home in time?" But I digress. Here we are.
So, Josh, 23B, you won here. How does it feel to be back on the podium?
Considering that this was the site 1 year ago to the day where I had some personal stuff going on and it stressed me out, and I left and didn't race, and then I didn't finish on the podium in 24B, I don't think. Good. I know I'm saying, yeah, I'm done. Not saying that I'm coming back. I'm just enjoying driving. And it's races like this that remind me that you don't have to spend 4 hours a day and win everything and, dominate and rack up the stat books anymore. You're just here having a fun time with your homies, because it's super fun. And it's a lot of fun on Thursdays with you and the boys, and then Brian and I and the team on Sundays. It feels good.
A blast. Josh, it is a pleasure. Yeah, Steven, it is a pleasure always being on track with you. Steven, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while we still have you here for the interview, I'm getting inside notes from Brian Sawyer saying he's furious and he wanted a podium in reverse.
Expect a protest, I'm sure.
Hey man, I don't even handle protests. I just see them in the fancy chat we have, and if they need me to get involved, I say, "Go ahead." It's not even like a cocky go ahead. If you feel like we race dirty, fine. But like I said 2 seconds ago, I can push you off the road. He can do the same thing. It's fine. I don't know. It's fun. Go ahead.
Josh, anyone you want to thank for the podium tonight?
I have a long list. My wonderful wife, Chloe, laying next to me. She's on the futon right here hanging out. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my in-laws, AJ and Angie. I want to thank the whole Woodridge Wolfpack 98H. I want to thank Cowpoke, Ryan Hartunian. He's hanging out in the chat. He was hanging out spotting me. I want to thank my friend Julie if she's hanging out and watching. Want to thank Emma and Debbie from Crown Creamery, the entire leadership teams of JC Simsport, ASN, and NASA, you guys specifically for putting this on Sundays. And yeah, everyone who has ever raced in NASA, whether it's one race or all of them, it's just, it's super fun that, sorry, old man gray hair tangent. 13, it's just super fun that 13 years in, it's still producing things like this. And like I say on the broadcast, I do, anything can happen in NASA Rallycross, and I don't lie because it's true.
Well, Josh, congratulations on a P3 podium tonight, man. A P3 victory. It must feel great being back on the podium. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for racing tonight. Good racing. We'll catch you next week.
All right, boys. I'll talk to you.
Talk to you later.
It's time to bring up in what I believe the man of the hour,
Klaus
Kreutzer. Klaus, I have to say that I feel like a scumbag for not picking you on my bingo card tonight.
Oh yeah, sleeper for sure.
Walk us through yours, man.
As soon as the race started, I was like, why do I feel like Emma Smith and Klaus might run out the podium tonight? You guys ran an amazing race. Talk to me. Yeah, like Steven said, talk us through your strategy. We saw you holding onto your jokers until the very end of the race. Were you looking for cracks in the armor of Emma Smith, waiting for a mistake to happen?
Yeah, I feel like being out in front with a faster car behind, I'm gonna run the normal lap and I'm gonna force you to joker, and I'm gonna save them to get the most advantage of them and run them on 8 and 9. So yeah, it was a good start. It was good first couple corners, and then we were coming into the first time by the start finish line, that last corner there. And I was inside Emma, and then there was somebody else inside me, and I got bumped out into her car, and then it just felt like it was battle on at that point. I was like, "Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I didn't mean to do that."
It wasn't your fault at all. It wasn't your fault at all.
But then we started banging doors, and that was really fun. There's just
you guys
really
ran it. Yeah, it was a great racing.
and good battling. So it was good battling all night. It was a lot of fun. Good clean battles all night, all across the track.
Yeah, man, 100%. So you held onto your jokers for as long as possible. Look for chips in the armor, like we were speculating up here in the booth. When you saw Emma try to go for that inside turn, and crash, hit the wall, and lose so much time to you, how did you feel?
It was a relief. Yeah, it was a relief. I mean, I definitely had me on strategy and pace, so it took that mistake to put me into the position that I'm in.
I'm not sure I would say strategy. You holding onto your jokers was very smart.
Yeah. So maybe not strategy, but pace for sure. If she was running an open track behind me and after taking jokers early, didn't get held up by anybody. I mean, like the times in quality, times across the night kind of speaks for themselves. So running a second faster than on average. So, but yeah, so seeing the mistake in the rear view is like, okay, just hold it together. Good spot. So yeah.
Klaus, congratulations for tonight. Seriously, MVP, in my opinion, MVP for our. You're a lights, no, you're a futures driver, coming up to the lights race, podium again for the second time. I believe you won the lights race, correct?
The futures race earlier.
So you're coming off you're coming off one podium. You're coming off a win. You secure another podium. Congratulations, 100%. I believe MVP. If we ran MVP, you'd be getting my vote. Do you have anybody you want to thank for the night?
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, first and foremost, all the glory goes to God. And then my parents, anybody watching, any friends, family that are watching, that enjoy watching me, I really appreciate it. Everybody at Team Watson Racing, Eric Dubois, Evan McFarland, Josh Darnell, Robbie Kirtley, just all the people that have been awesome friends over the past few months, 6, 7, 8 months now of me doing sim and knowing you guys and running Rallycross. It's just been a lot of fun, so can't wait to keep it up.
Well, congratulations again from Steven and I both, and thank you for racing with us. Thank you for being here tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, see you next time.
Or we'll see you. We'll see you Monday. You're racing in Contenders. Good luck tomorrow, buddy. We'll see you on track.
Let's do it. Later, guys.
See you later, man. All right.
Our last interview tonight, race winner, first position holder, Karen Leflander, going on. Oh, this is 5 races in a row.
I believe. Yep.
Steven, is this 5 races in a row?
I believe so. Can you hear me?
I can now. Kieran, you got us?
Yes, sir.
5 races in a row. How do you feel?
6, and I feel great. Just got back from the Darlington race today, and yeah, this is round 6.
My bad. 6 races in a row.
Yeah, I feel great. Got back from the Darlington race again, and made it just in time. And yeah, just hopped on and did the usual. Did a lot of testing with Darren earlier in the week, and got him up to speed. I have no clue what the results were for those races, but yeah, I'm sure he did pretty well, and he's improving. But yeah, Team KLR as a whole, we're doing great, and yeah, really consistent tonight by me, and yeah, really happy.
I had word from staff that you were not you were a late entry. Did that bring any nerves to the table, or did you pretty much felt like you had the win in the bag?
I never feel like I have the win in the bag regardless of the reason, who is and who isn't attending. It was just a matter of if I made it on time for qualifying, because because if I don't make it back for qualifying, or had I not, and then started in the rear in the heat or LCQ, whatever it may have been, and obviously you saw the carnage in the feature. I mean that I definitely did not want to have to deal with all that. So, yeah, was able to make it here. Yeah, was able to make it on time, and managed to get the pole in qualifying, which again, it's just like not kill. You start first, and you can pretty much run away with it as long as you're consistent.
100%. Yeah, Steven, you got any questions?
I was just gonna ask him if there's anybody if you'd like to thank for the night.
Yeah, gotta thank mom, dad. My dad went with me to the Darlington race, and he's watching. My mom's also watching, along with my sister. Love them all, and as well as my girlfriend. She just got back from the beach this weekend, and yeah, happy to get the wins for everybody, all the loved ones and friends and other family. So, yeah, Team KLR as a whole is growing, and hopefully next season, depending on what happens with me and where I go in terms of competing and whatnot, hopefully if I don't attend or won't be attending, there will be someone to take my spot and be in my I'll be in their presence. So, yeah, I got to thank all them, and really proud of this win, proud of the team, and we've come a long way. So, yeah, now we're on to the endurance rounds. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're on to Osh-11, and we were really fast there. We tested 2 months in advance of the season started, or of the season starting. So, yeah, hopefully we're gonna be able to bring a can of butt kicking there, and we can get the win there.
100%, Kieran. Congratulations on a P1 victory tonight. You're right away with it again. Smooth racing for you, smooth sailing. Wish you the best of luck in the races coming up, all right?
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy, buddy. All right. Intense racing tonight, Steven. A lot of door-to-door banging, a lot of clean racing, nevertheless. We want to thank, as the curtain drops for this evening, Steven and I both, as well as everyone from ASN, we want to thank you all for coming out, and thank you for joining us this evening here at Barcelona to watch some of the best rookie rallycross action. My name is Joshua Darnell, the producer, and my good friend Stephen Moreau, and the production truck. Thank you again for joining us for today's coverage of NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. We want to congratulate our winner, Karen Liftlander, and our podium champions, Klaus Kreutzer and Josh Mertz, for their victories tonight. Just a reminder, you do not want to miss the 7th round, our Endurance Cup the 6th round of NASA Rallycross Contenders tomorrow here at Barcelona at 9 p.m. Am I right about that, Steven?
I believe.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. 9 p.m. Justin Robichaux and Brian Sawyer. Be sure to tune in for the RX2 action. I was right. I'm the greatest. And then be sure to come back here next week, Sunday. You want to tune in at 8 p.m. for Josh Mertz and Stephen Moreau, and then stay with us for me, Joshua Darnell, yours truly, and my good friend Stephen Moreau again for the best rookie rallycross action you can see in iRacing. Until then, everybody, I want to thank you again for joining us. I want to thank you, Whiplash SimCams, for your camera support. You can find them at facebook.com/WSimCams, and I want to thank Alex Abetti for all the music that he produces for the NASA World feed. And remember, if you like what you see, like us on Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and ring that bell to be notified. Until we see you guys again, take it easy.